Hey, it's Dex from Gaslamp Ball, and we're talking with Kevin Goldstein from Baseball Prospectus, and we're talking Padres minor league system, and we're talking about basically building a baseball team. From your perspective, we kind of knowing that the Padres are sort of a small market team, and it's kind of they definitely play more in like the Moneyball Oakland A's kind of game than they're playing with the Boston Red Sox or the New York Yankees. Do you have a preference as far as how to build a baseball team? Like, if it were up to you, would you just, would you focus your efforts on the minor league systems, on the draft, international? Would you focus on just really evaluating and trying to win on trades? Kind of what would be your preference?
Yes.
Yeah. All of the above.
No, that's the thing. I mean, obviously, when you are a team that sees yourself as a small market team, even though I actually hate that term, but when you are a team that sees yourself as a small market team, then obviously drafting, scouting, and player development have to be a focus. Just because, like I talked about earlier, there's nothing more valuable than a cost-controlled star player. And that's the thing. You can't go get Prince Fielder. Obviously, the Padres were not in the running for Prince Fielder or Albert Pujols, and they won't be in the running next year for Cole Hamels. You're not going to get those guys, so you have to make your own. And so, I mean, that's where being aggressive and having good scouts and doing the right things with your money in the draft and doing the right things internationally, that's where you're going to have to get those players. And then there's kind of even more of an onus on a team like the Padres to do it, just because, unlike the Yankees and the Red Sox, they can't necessarily buy away their mistakes. We don't make one of those, we'll go buy one. They don't have that option. Right.
Now, you just mentioned it kind of at the beginning. What don't you like about the whole small market phrase, I guess?
It's garbage. It's just complete and utter garbage and lies. Owning a baseball team, I don't care if you're the Yankees or the Padres, owning a baseball team is a license to print money. Don't kid yourself. These teams are not poor.
Right. So what do you think? Do you have, it sounds like you might have an opinion on like the whole, on this Moore's transfer of ownership and all of this kind of thing?
I think it's been interesting to follow in a lot of ways. I think what you're seeing much of is kind of some of the first fallout from the McCourt thing. Mm-hmm. And I think teams or existing owners are a little more vigilant, and Major League Baseball themselves are doing a little more due diligence as far as who to bring in as new owners. And I think the thing they're really always concerned about now, after the McCourt thing, is how much of this money is real. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. I mean, you can gather investors and you can come up and say, I want to buy this team and here's my $500 million. But if only $100 million of it is real and the other $400 million is all just going to be involved with debt financing, it's not good. You end up with a McCourt situation. And so I think they're trying to find people who are more stable, more liquid, more crazy rich than people who can simply gather investors.